Shalom. This is YAHAWAH with the GMS Dallas camp. First off, we're going to give all praises to YAHAWASHI, YAHAWASHI. Double honors to the elders and apostles of Great Millstone who teach and rule well. And salutations to the Akim scattered throughout the four corners of the earth, keeping this truth and sincerity. I just want to go into do a quick video, sort of concerning the recent events that have happened in Great Millstone, with the pertaining to the Atlanta camp, but I'm not gonna go into it, into any details with what happened, but just pretty much go into how nobody is exempt. You can have you could know all the scriptures, you can be real learned in this truth, but at the end of the day, man, if the Most High, the Most High could take you out, he can kick you out of this thing, and I was reading Samuel, in chapter 3, and I came across how, a similar, something similar that happened, you had a man of the Lord, Eli. He wasn't doing no wicked shit, like this, like the head of the Atlanta camp was, but, for not, pretty much for not, showing yourself or doing the right thing, the Most High will take you out, either take you out this truth or take you out, through death, and I'm going to read this account in 1 Samuel chapter 3. I'm going to start at verse 4. That the Lord called Samuel, and he answered, "Here am I." So, Samuel was sleeping, he's still a boy, or he was still young. And the Most High called him 3 times, right? Verse 5, and he ran unto Eli and said, "Here am I, for thou callest me." And he said, I called not, lie down again. And he went and lay down. So so Samuel thought that Eli was calling him, but the Most High was the one that was calling him. Verse 6, and the Lord called yet again Samuel, and Samuel rose and went to Eli and said, "Here am I, for thou didst call me." And he answered, "I called not, my son, lie down again." Now Samuel did not yet know the Lord, neither was the word of the Lord yet revealed unto him, so he was still young. And the Lord called Samuel again the 3rd time, and he arose and went to Eli and said, "Here am I, for thou didst call me." And Eli perceived that the Lord had called the child, so Eli was like, okay, the Most High, his Most High is calling him. Verse 9, therefore Eli said unto Samuel, "Go, lie down, and it shall be, if he call thee, that thou shalt say, Speak, Lord, for thy servant heareth." So Samuel went and lay down in his place, right? And the Lord called and stood and called as at other times, "Samuel, Samuel." Then Samuel answered, "Speak, for thy servant heareth." And the Lord said to Samuel, "Behold, I will do a thing in Israel at which both the eyes of every one that heareth it shall tingle. And the day I will perform against Eli all things which I have spoken concerning his house. When I begin, I will also make an end." So he's telling Samuel, man, I'm about to do what I told Samuel, which he's referring to back in chapter 2, because there was a man of the Lord that came up to Eli, and told him, man, the Most High is going to do all these things to you, man, because you didn't prevent your 2 sons from committing wickedness, because the sons were eating flesh that wasn't cooked all the way, sleeping with the women that were coming up to the temple, and Eli, he told him a little something, but he didn't really, prevent them, like he didn't stop them, For I have, verse 13, for I have told him that I will judge his house forever for the iniquity which he knoweth, because his sons made themselves vile, and he restrained them not, so he didn't stop them, And therefore I have sworn unto the house of Eli that the iniquity of Eli's house shall not be purged with sacrifice nor offering forever, right? So then, if you keep reading, Eli, asked Samuel, what did the Lord tell you? Verse 17, I believe. You jumped down to verse 17, and he said, "What is the thing that the Lord had said unto thee? I pray thee, hide it not from me. Yahweh do so to thee, and more also, if thou hide anything from me of all the things that he said unto thee." Right? And Samuel told him every whit and hid nothing from him. So he told him everything. The Most High is pretty much going to take you out. He's going to tell you, or he's going to do what he told, with that man of the Lord when he came up to you and told you, right? And then, this is what Eli said, And he said, "It is the Lord. Let him do what seemeth him good." So after all that, man, Eli was like, "You know what? Khan. Let the Lord do whatever he's got to do, And, that's of course, if you were to have somebody come up to you and tell you, like the Most High told me this, this is gonna happen to you, then most men, they'd be like, what? They'd be like, well, like, why would I do? Like, what the hell? That's unfair or something, something like that. Just like you had that other guy, the head of the camp. It's like that's an unfair judgment, pretty much. But Eli was a man of integrity. He was a true man of the Lord. So he knew he was going to be judged, and the Lord told him the manner of how he was going to be judged, and he took it. He accepted it. He said, "Let him do what seemeth him good." And later on, man, I think in chapter 4, man, Eli, his two sons died in a war between Israel and the Philistines. And when a man came to tell Eli what happened, hey, your two sons are dead. Eli, I believe he was surprised or shocked or something, and he fell backward on his chair, and he broke his neck. The Most High took him out. So it's just, I just want to give an example that no one is exempt, man. It don't matter how many precepts it don't matter how long you've been in this thing, it don't matter how much knowledge you have. The Most High can take you out. And it's important to understand that and to have that fear of the Lord, man, because you might be doing the right thing, you might be, and you've had men in Great Millstone who've died in the truth, and Barakta, bless those brothers, man, because they at rest, they with the Most High now. But I just wanted to show that, like Hannah said in chapter 2, man, the more killeth and maketh alive, man. The Most High can kill you, or the Most High can make you alive, take you out of that dead state, and that's something that we all got to understand, being in this thing. That's having the fear of the Lord. That's wisdom. And with that, I'm gonna say shalom.